So, in our previous lessons, we talked about the Declaration of Independence and the colonies declaring their independence from Britain. We also talked about the theories of democracy that our founders considered when they were framing the new Constitution. So, now we're going to talk about the Articles of Confederation. And the Articles are going to be the first system of government that we have in the United States after the Revolutionary War. And our founders are going to find out pretty quickly that this is not going to be a sustainable form of government. It's very ineffective for a number of different reasons. So there's going to be a push for a new constitution. So let's look at the Articles of Confederation and why a new government is going to be needed. So the Articles of Confederation, what are they? It's a governing document that created a union of 13 states in which the states, not the national government, were supreme. So, under the Articles of Confederation, the states hold all of the power, not the national government. The Articles were adopted in 1777 and ratified in 1781. Now, the Articles guided the country through the Revolutionary War. So, the Articles are going to allow the states to work together to a certain extent. So, maintaining an army through the Revolutionary War, defining crimes against the states. But they're going to establish a weak national government with very few structures for the states to work together. So, again, there is going to be this need for a change. The Articles are going to be very ineffective. However, when the Articles were created, a couple of things to keep in mind. Citizens of the colonies did not trust the motives of the governments of other states. And two, citizens did not trust a government that would rule from far away. All right, so they were more concerned with their state government than a national government. Citizens didn't want to find themselves in the same predicament that they were in before with the British government, where the British government was ruling from far away. So that's what they were concerned with. They did not want this centralized, powerful national government. So the Articles are considered a firm league of friendship. They created this league of friendship among states and provided states with protections against the possibility of another state claiming disputed territory without the approval of the Confederal government. So under the Articles, a few things that the Articles set up. One is a unicameral Congress, and what that means is just one house of Congress. So today we have the House and the Senate. That's a bicameral Congress. So this was a unicameral Congress, just one house of Congress. In this Congress, each state is only going to have one vote. So states could send as many legislators as they wanted to be part of this Congress. However, each state is still going to get just one vote. So large states like Virginia get one vote, small states like New Jersey get one vote. And under the Articles, again, states are sovereign, not the national government. So each state is going to retain its sovereignty, freedom, and independence under the Articles of Confederation. So what are the limitations of the Articles? Why are they considered to be so weak and ineffective and unsustainable? So the government under the Articles is intentionally weak, okay? So this national government is created to be weak. The citizens and the founders, they did not want to recreate that system of British tyranny. So remember, they had just declared independence from Great Britain. They did not want that same system of government. They did not want to recreate that in the United States. So that is why they made the Articles intentionally weak. The government could not force states to carry out policies. So again, states are retaining their sovereignty, their independence, and their powers. The government had the power to raise an army and a navy, but they didn't have the money to pay for a military. So even though the Articles of Confederation is going to say, hey, the national government can raise an army, it doesn't do them a whole lot of good because they don't have any money or way of collecting money to actually pay for that military. And you're going to see that that's a problem in our next lesson. So because it lacked taxation power, so we today are taxed by the national government, Because it lacked that power, the national government had to ask states for money. So if a state didn't send money to the national government, and they usually didn't, the government couldn't pay its debts. Well, the national government had just fought the Revolutionary War. It was in debt. So this is going to be a real problem. So, other limitations. States, again, retain their sovereignty, so this complicates foreign policy with the states trying to conduct foreign policy themselves. Congress did not have the power to regulate interstate commerce, so states place trade restrictions on one another, and this is going to lead to tensions. So, there is no independent judicial branch. So a judiciary existed only to resolve differences between states. So there's no national court system at this point. The approval of all 13 states was required to amend the articles. And that's going to be an issue because how difficult is it going to be to get all 13 states to agree on something? Okay, that's not going to be an easy task. And there was no separate executive branch. So there's no one to lead the country, no one single person, executive, to make decisions and be in charge. So that's where we're going to stop with this lesson.